Maybe I'm going to be losing it. Maybe I'm going to be losing it. All right, cool. So yeah, if I get closer, if I do this, all right, cool. Fucking awesome. So people pleasing is not just about saying yes. It's about disappearing completely. And it happened to me so many times until I realized what I was doing and where it came from. Because it wasn't just like an event and then I was like, okay, let's change it. No, it was like an unconscious pattern that I didn't even know of until some high impact events happened. It wasn't like any like dramatic, huge events. The most drama I experienced, it was alone within me when I was reflecting on how I was behaving and what actually happened. And it just like prompted me to start doing something about it because it just, I don't know, I just couldn't bear what was happening. I couldn't bear giving myself away. I couldn't bear just like acting for people and ignoring myself completely and just feeling miserable. And I just hated myself. And it escalated. It was like the compound effects, but reverse. I literally was compounding into the wrong direction and I didn't even notice it. But in reality, there is more things behind it always. There is some lack. I was trying to fill a void inside of me by doing things for people so they give me validation back. Because I didn't think I was enough. And that came from some ridiculous childhood patterns that I needed to change. And if I hadn't changed it, I wouldn't even be able to talk here. Like I would be so afraid of judgment, of anything bad that anyone would say. But I changed all my beliefs and all my values as well, so I can actually be talking about this and be able to be myself and be able to be authentic. And it's a journey. I just can't wait to get more of it because it's been so rewarding when you take responsibility for yourself and start doing something and start taking action, start taking the next step, and you just get closer and closer what you imagine about yourself, what you imagine you could potentially be, how you see yourself. But in the state that you are when you are a people pleaser, you can't even do that. You can't act rationally because your body is acting instead of you. Your mind is ahead of you. And it's so quick, you have no chance of controlling it unless you do the work in yourself in the right way. And I didn't even know how to do that. I was experimenting with it and I was too proud to ask for advice, to say to someone, because I just, okay, I'm gonna sort it out myself. I didn't acknowledge that I had a problem. And this channel that I'm building is a tribute to responsibility and to authenticity, to self-expression. I want to talk about consciousness. I want to talk about progress. I want to talk about things that interest me. And I'm so interested and I've always held back. But it's the end. I'm not going to hold back anymore. As it turned out, the thing that I'm afraid the most of is not living up to who I can be. The thing that I'm afraid the most of is to hold myself back from someone who I can be, that can give the potential good, the best to people who I love, to people around me, and just do the best I can do to contribute. And I've been held back by all the emotions. I've been held back by guilt. I've been held back by pride. I've been held back by fear, shame. All of these. And I can't even tell you how it feels like to sit on the side of your bed and not be able to do anything all day for 10, 12 hours, just trying to think yourself out of inaction. Because you have so many plans and life just goes by and nothing happens. You're not doing anything. At least you feel like that. But I'm lucky enough to have the will and have the pain to snap me out of that. I'm lucky enough to gain the information, to have those books that help me to understand myself more, the world more, that I'm curious. And in spite of having these years of misery, I had moments where I felt hopeful. And now I realize that if there's something that isn't going well in your life, it's worth to check if you're focusing on the right things, or you give the right meaning to things, because that can be very disempowering. If something happens to you, bad, good things, you can give it a meaning and just lose complete power, even if it's good. But everything has a good and bad side. The question is how you're interpreting it and what you're going to do about it. And it's so much easier to do something productive, to get something productive out of situations if you interpret them well, if you interpret them in a favorable way to yourself. And I realized that everything, all my life, has been bringing me towards this moment. And life is about different things for all of us. Life is about the meaning that we give to it. So looking back, having studied acting, business, communication, human behavior, I didn't know what connected them, but now I understand. It's about how we express ourselves. Having studied storytelling, it's about connection and how we can change our own story so we can actually be who we are and integrate our story completely. And I just fell in love with learning and the concepts and the new information that is actually useful. And I fell in love with people from who I was afraid of before. I just can't believe this is actually true. I'm going to be exploring human behavior. I'm going to be exploring what we're capable of. Storytelling, self-mastery. So it's about how we express ourselves. If it's through our body, through physiologically, psychologically, emotionally, it's about storytelling, pattern recognition, self-mastery. It's about exploring what we could be capable of if we just wouldn't be holding ourselves back. So this channel is part of that unfolding. About understanding, about answering my own questions as well, and get into a conversation about the important things in life to make the most out of it. I want to explore, I want to learn, and I want to connect. And I thought in 2025, what would be the best to do? And in spite of feeling the fear, whatever, that, holding myself back as well, that I'm not that sort of a person. I don't care anymore. I'm not going to label myself. I'm not going to be just not doing things because I think this and that about myself. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. It's just like out of fear and judgment most of the time, or fear of judgment, that we hold ourselves back. And I explore that in me, and I know exactly what holds me back most of the time. Because nothing is inherently bad or wrong in itself. It's what we make of it. So this is going to be part of a journey to figure out the truth, a space for it, a space for truth, a space for depth, a space for making mistakes. I'm going to be making mistakes. I'm going to be ridiculous at some time. I'm going to be ridiculous sometimes. I don't care. I don't care. Everybody makes mistakes, and I accepted that, and I'm going to be just putting myself out there, and yeah, because I'm done with hiding. I'm done with hiding because of people pleasing. I'm done with hiding to make people happy. I'm done with hiding my personality. I'm done with hiding me emotionally and think that it's wrong to share these things. I do not care anymore, and sorry, I've never did. I've just been selfish and was hiding myself to protect myself. That's it. But I see things differently now because I worked through it. And if this resonates with you, I would love to have a conversation, learn from you, learn your insights, do something fun. I would love to do that. So the whole thing is about authenticity. This is about exploration, about consciousness, about spirituality, about psychology, science, about all these things. Because I'm just so passionate about just seeing what we have all created all together and where we're going. And I think the most important things are love and connection and contribution. And I'm here to share what I've been learning, what I've been interested in, the insights that I've been having as well, because it can be helping someone. And if it could only help one person, that is already worth it. Because I am never going to commit the same mistake again, to give myself short because of fear of failure or fear of judgment. If I think like that, if someone thinks like that, they're not going to try. They're not going to try full on. Because they already believed that they are not going to succeed. Or they're unconsciously holding themselves back from actually being seen. So this is going to be a whole new thing for me. And I hope to have you here with me, because I just, I love to connect, and I've been shy before to connect as well, and I just want to see where this can be going, what it can add to my life as well, and what I can be giving to people as well. So yeah, on this final note, I decided not to hold myself back, because I'm terribly afraid of holding myself back, or actually be held back by someone who doesn't have your best interest at heart. And I just don't like that. I don't like that at all. When someone is trying to force on you what they think of you, that's a no. Because they're acting out of insecurity as well. And I want to prevent that from happening, like from everyone, to get lost in unconsciousness and not even knowing why they are doing things. Because I've committed all these mistakes and it wasn't sustainable. So yeah, I'm building a personal brand, but this is not going to be that flashy kind. I don't care about that at all. I've been in the spotlight, and all I wanted to do is just to get real and not to do things in order to impress. I don't care. This is not about algorithms. This is not about performance. It's about reality. It's just to be real. So if this resonates with you, please give us a like. And yeah, I'm going to be sharing one video a week. And I would love to connect, love to have a conversation, and just start a conversation and introduce yourself. Love to hear from you. Have a good one.